Never early, never late. It's Pavia Ross and Windows 98. Yes, welcome back to another developer update with me, Ross Simpson, and I'm joined with the one and only
Pavia Paul.
Pavia Paul. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Lots to talk about today. Lots to get through, so let's get straight into it. No messing around. Kick us off. The playground is super close right now.
Yep.
Almost done. Nice little test environment that people can run around.
Yep.
What are we looking at?
We are in the final stages of sorting out the playground stuff. So, as everybody knows, it's a dev environment that we're putting live.
Yep.
I'm not going to talk about that. The big introduction feature will be voice and text chat, which we've talked about before. But so everybody is aware, this will be spatial proximity voice chat. That means global, so you can hear the people near you. You can't hear the people far away from you. So it's very, very immersive environment. And same with text. So you text away and you can see everybody in the world texting away,
Nice.
chat like that.
Nice.
Text chat. Then in addition to that, we have private chat. So that's private voice chat. So you can ring someone effectively.
Nice.
And they can pick up, accept your call. And then it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can talk to each other. Same with the text chat. So private texting. And then in the middle of those two is group. Which is really cool. So it means, okay, so there's a group of you, but you all want to go running around in different directions. Then you can come out of the proximity voice chat, go into group, just like you would on WhatsApp or any of those kind of things. And then you can all hear each other and you can all text within that group, all via the chat system.
Love
so
that.
yeah, we decided to pretty much build WhatsApp from the ground up, which turned out to be a little bit adventurous.
In the Pavia playground as well. That's a lot going into that. Voice and chat is not an easy task.
Yeah, exactly. And we're just sort of tweaking the UI and all the rest of it. And as I said before on these calls, on these podcasts, should I say, some of this stuff is a little rough around the edges. We're just going to put it out there. So in the case of voice, for example, day one, we do have the concept of a friend system, but it won't be there. So everybody's friends with everybody on day one. The other thing is nothing is persistent. So when you come back the following day, all the chat will be gone or your chat will be gone. You know, you don't have like friends. And that's because that's actually a pretty big system to build out properly. And we just didn't want to rush it. So the voice and everything will work. The text will work, but nothing's persistent. When you come back, you go again. And everybody's kind of friends with everybody initially.
How lovely.
How lovely. Yeah, everybody gets along just
we'll see how long
great.
that lasts.
Yeah. So I can see this might cause us some challenges, but anyhow, we're going to do that on day one, and then you'll see us roll out some of these systems.
We talked about token gating this week.
Yeah.
We show some images that you see on screen right now. Really nice. We had quite a few talks about the design, about how do you know something's token gated if you've got the NFT, if you don't have the NFT, when you're on the plot, you know, do you want to see the border? Do you not want to see the border? There's actually a lot that goes into it, isn't there?
Yeah, to do it in a cool way with decent user experience, there's quite a bit to it, in addition to all the technology that goes behind it. But essentially what people need to know, and we've got this working now and it works a treat, is now granted, you know, you'll be able to do this via the builder tool and various tools yourself. But for us, we could just do it in the playground right now. So we are going to take 2 or 3 plots, gate them. It would make sense. We'll probably do like a Pavia. If you own Pavia land or maybe Pavia token or maybe Pavs and so on, or some of the merch, then we'll just gate an area for there just so you can get the experience of going in. And we'll probably pick a couple of other projects and stuff like that just for fun, just to show the token gating. But essentially, the system is, yes, if you were building your plot, you can go into the builder and go, right, I've decided I'm going to gate it. Yeah. And initially for this first part, it gates the whole plot. And then you go, this is the policy ID or policy IDs, you add them to them, gate the plot. And then as if by magic, only people with those policies with their wallet connected can come on your plot. So the experience at the moment is we've done a simple shader. If you've seen the live event, you'd have seen this shader before because it's like a force field that appears as you approach it. As you approach the plot, this force field will appear. And if you haven't got the NFT, you're not coming in. You're not coming in. No, sir. So, and yet if you have, then you're going to walk straight through. But it prompted some really interesting conversations about, well, you still need to know even if you have the NFT, you still need to know you've just walked through a gate rather than it just not appear at all. So we've been playing around ideas like that. And in the same way, we haven't figured this one out yet, but in multiplayer, what does it look like if you watch someone go up to the gate? Do you want to see the wall or not, or partially of it? And what do you see if someone walks through a token gated environment and gets in? What do you see as a person watching that person go in? So actually, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Where we're going in the future, these early stages with the playground, as I said, we're just going to gate the plot. But what we want to be able to do in the future from the builder tool is you might have like a really elaborate, really cool house, and you don't want to gate the whole thing. You want to invite everybody in, of course you do. But then there's that kind of penthouse suite at the top, or that top floor,
VIP,
and then so what we want to be able to do is a smart object in the builder. You'll literally just grab it, draw a cube over the area that you want to gate, and that might be that top floor or that balcony or that, you know, that whatever it is, suite, and then that's it. You could just gate that. So therefore, you're not just getting the whole plot. Everybody can come on, but to get to this piece here, then that's gated too.
Simple, easy to build.
Yeah, it should be really easy.
Awesome.
But that's further down the line with the builder, obviously. But token gating in the playground will definitely be a thing, and people will see the first version of it, and it's cool. It's working.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And on the topic of builder, I know there's a lot of work going on to that. What's new?
Builder, as you know, big project, heavy lift. I say that every time. What's cool at the moment is we are primarily working on two big things. One is very technical, which is the whole data structure that exists behind the builder. So I've said it every time. I know I'm boring myself, but the builder is only one part of the equation. It's the data that you create and store and put in the cloud behind your account, and how to retrieve that data for Pavia, the Metaverse project, in a really, really highly efficient way. It's all bundled in with this builder work. So it's not just the build of the application, it's everything else about how it all gets stored. So there's tons of work been going on with that, which is really, really exciting and cool. And it's all accessed via the Pavia API system, which is super cool as well. That, in fact, token gating uses the same system, so that's all good. And then on the builder tool, as you know, smart objects is the big thing with the new builder tool. So we've been experimenting with different approaches. So let's just take doors as an example. We've got some cool videos, actually. Maybe we'll chuck them in this podcast. I don't know, but then they're not particularly edited or anything. But maybe we do. So take doors, for example. You could have. There's one approach would be, well, there's just one door smart object, and you put that on your scene and then manipulate it for it to be the way you wish. But that might mean that you end up with like 30 different sliders and it gets a bit complicated. Yeah. So the approach we're deciding to take is, now there'll be multiple door types, to use the example of doors. And let's say panel door. So you go, panel door, you pull that into your scene. Then you only have like 4 sliders and some material variations. Right. The panel door with just 4 sliders will blow your mind when you can see what you could do with it. It's literally all of a sudden you think you can create almost any door you can imagine. Curved shapes at the top or not, panels, glass at the top, glass halfway down.
But fundamentally, it's a simpler design. It's not so complex. You don't have 4,000 sliders that you're looking through. No. It's like you just drop and drag it in.
You're literally dragging it in. There's the door, 4 sliders, but it hinges this way, hinges that way. Bifolds, French doors, garage doors, wide doors. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really cool just with this one smart object. So honestly, we'll be forever creating new smart objects for the builder because we have a brand new idea every day. So it's coming along really, really well. My confidence is very high that we're building something quite unique with this stuff. So
beautiful stuff.
It's good.
2 big things on the roadmap. Stay tuned for both of them. And then lastly, but we do have a lot to talk about this.
Yes.
Mech Pavs.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Mech Pavs. Okay, it's been a long time coming. Little hints here, little hints here. Enough of that. Give me some info. Give me the juicy gossip, please. Let's start back with the teaser. We had a teaser video.
Oh yeah.
Quite a few months ago. Are Mech Pavs the same? Are they better? Are they worse? How? What can we expect?
The teaser video was fun, and the idea of that was just to get everybody thinking, oh, there is utility for Pavs, and they're going to go in these mech suits, and all of a sudden, this cute, funny, semi-pointless creature, is that a bit harsh? Now has major power, and that was the idea of the teaser video, and it had a rough sort of mech suit. Are they the same? No, they are not. We have gone all in on these mechs. They are AAA, and I don't say that lightly, AAA quality design. that's going into these rigs to make them truly collectible and truly amazing.
And so, are we going to see different variations of mech paths? Are we going to see different colors? Like, talk to me. What we talking about here?
Cool. Some we can reveal today, some we can't. Okay. But what we can definitely talk about is, and I've alluded to it in the past, is under every mech path is a frame. Okay, that's what drives the whole thing. We refer to this as Marv, named by Adam, our designer, which stands for Multi-Purpose Application Robotic Vehicle.
Oh, I love that.
And it's really the system that drives the whole thing. So here's the skeleton. Think of it as the skeleton. And what goes upon that then is the outer skins, which define the various classes, okay, with different utility, different strengths and so on, and different purposes, hence the multi-purpose application. But under the hood is this phenomenal rig, and that's the bit we're going to show some of today. You will see that this thing is piloted by paths. That's the whole point, okay? So you can have a suit, but you're going to need a path to get this thing moving, because the only people that can pilot a mech path is a path. Yeah. You will see that paths go into their very own capsule, and the capsule can either be embedded into the chest, depending on the class, or it will be seated in the head area, depending on the class. So you'll see it. So that I think in the one we'll demo, the rigs are all the same in terms of the Marv, but we all see it embedded in the chest. So to be super clear, what you're seeing is the underskeleton. You are not seeing the finished mech path, right? A finished class. But this is the robotic vehicle system that drives it all.
So Marv is, your basic foundation, right? Mm-hmm. On top of that, you're going to have different classes?
Yes, indeed.
Different classes mean different parts?
Indeed, yes.
Interchangeable parts?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me more.
It's almost, all about it, Ross.
It's like I work here. Wow.
So what we really want this to be a very, very high-end suite of collectible NFTs.
We do.
Okay. We're putting an enormous amount of effort into making sure. So they're interchangeable. So you will get, when we do the mint, the way it will work is you'll be guaranteed to get a full mech suit. Okay. But which parts you get will be randomly allocated, okay? So you will get a suit, but you will get a right arm, you will get a left arm, you will get a torso with the cell, the capsule that the pav goes in. You will get a pair of legs, handy. You will get a utility pack that goes in the back as well. And that defines like a finished suit, okay? But it will be made up of, because it's random, multiple interchangeable parts. So you might have an arm from one class, an arm for another, and so on. So there will be multiple classes, and there will be rarity within them. And within each class, there will be, don't want to use the word subclasses, but let's say variations. Okay, so there'll be multiple classes, and within each class there'll be variations. It's likely to be color and finish and stuff like that. And again, within those variations, there will be rarity. So it's super cool.
When we talk about rarity as well, I was having this discussion with Adam, our lead designer. I think there's a big misconception in the NFT community that if you have rarity and something's common, for example, that if it's common, it just doesn't look good, right? You get like super rare things, super rare NFTs, and they look fantastic.
Yep.
And then the common ones are like, the standard of this project is well beyond anything that we've done before, and what you're seeing on screen now is just a testament to it too. We want even, the most common parts to look absolutely incredible. We want this whole project, doesn't matter what you've got, what class you've got, what parts you've got, everything is going to be to the highest standard that we can make it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you nailed it. And the thing that we're working really hard on is we don't want it that if there's a high likelihood you'll have parts from all different classes, right? Yeah. We don't want it to look like a jumble sale of stitched together pieces. One of the real things that we're shooting for is actually it will still look cool as hell. Yeah. Okay, and you might just go, I love it, I'll stick with that forever, or you might go, no, I just want to match all the colors, or no, I just want to build a finished class.
Yeah, each to
Or,
their own.
and I absolutely know there's going to be people out there go, I want the rarest one. And off they go. And so it makes the trading really, really interesting. These will be game ready. So they will work inside Pavia. Okay. And that's a big thing, by the way.
That is huge.
Yeah, because drawing super, super high res 3D design is incredibly difficult to do. But I'll tell you what's difficult is then making it look as good as that and still be game ready, which is, obviously much lower. It has to be lower poly, but the way that Adam's crafted this it just looks phenomenal. So what you see on the footage that's running, I know we're only seeing the Marv, the underskeleton, but that is game ready, AAA quality.
And like you said, that's a big thing. That's not easy to do, and we really want to have like such a solid foundation going into this project to ensure the longevity of Pavs and Mech Pavs together. They're absolutely huge. They're 2.4 meters in height. They run on Windows Vista, so you don't know what you're going to get. No, they don't really. But yeah, so much good stuff to come. Playground, the builder tool, Mech Pavs. Feel free to watch this video again and again to see the footage. It's absolutely incredible, and there'll be more stuff coming out soon. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like and comment the video, subscribe if you're new as well, and we'll see you next time.